And good morning, hindi pala morning. Lagi ako nagkakamali dito. No? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Miss Earth Crown. This is Emmanuel Feliciano. You can call me Emma, and I am the creative content head of Miss Earth Crown. But tonight, I will be your main host. And tonight is another very special evening because tonight we are going to be joined by a very special guest who will be commenting, giving some reviews, and chatting with us not only about her journey and her current journey, but also about her thoughts on the Miss Philippines Earth 2020 virtual staging. But before we introduce her, I would like to introduce to you first our co hosts for tonight. Of course, I'm sure you already know them. Joining me tonight first is Nonoy. Hi, Noy.
Hi, Eman. Hi, everyone. Good evening. And welcome again to Miss Earth Crown. Maraming salamat for everyone who's tuned in tonight. It's going to be an exciting episode because it's going to be our post pageant recap for Miss Philippines Earth 2020. And sobrang excited kami for our three guests for tonight. And I will be the one assigned to read your comments, shout outs, and questions for our guests. And for, of course, if you want to share your thoughts about our topics for tonight, feel free to comment them on our live chat. Thank you, Eman.
Yes, thank you very much, Noy. And of course, joining us as well is our editor in chief, Mark Lee Gatchalian. Good evening, Mark.
Hello, good evening to everyone, and welcome once again to another live chat. It will be very exciting. We have a lot in store for you. We have queens in our midst. One of our most favorite is here, and we have two of our most favorite Echo Angels. So please comment and interact with us tonight.
There you go. Thank you so much. Yes, that's what we are going to ask you to do, to comment, interact with us. In the past 2 days, we've seen a lot of engagement, a lot of comments about certain topics on Miss Philippines Earth and Miss Earth. So we would like you to bring that game to our live chat tonight. Speaking of live chat, I would now like to introduce to you our very special guest for tonight. We missed her. We have always dreamt of having her here, and now it has become a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our Pinay Earth Queens, Miss Earth 2015, Angelia Ong. Hello,
Isang mga
Angelia.
kalikasang gabi. Yes, ang tagal ko nang hindi sinasabi yon. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Miss Earth Crown, for inviting me. I think this is my first time being live with you guys, right?
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
like I mentioned before we went live, I'm really thankful for the honor of being invited because of you guys. We have survived 20 years in the industry because of loyal fans like you guys. So thank you again so much. And I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so excited to discuss everything that we want to, in our lineup. So yeah, let's do
Yes,
it.
thank you very. Yes, yes, let's do it. Tama, tama yun. Let's do it. And tonight, yes, thank you very much for being here, by the way, and thank you very much for appreciating the work that we do. Also, of course, we do this for the love of Miss Earth because we believe in what Miss Earth and Miss Philippines Earth stands for. And tonight, so tonight, since you are here, of course, your fans and the Miss Earth fans have missed you. So we would like to ask more details about you for tonight. And tonight, hindi makakaligtas si Miss Angelia Ong sa signature segments ng Miss Earth Crown because sasalang na si Angelia sa ating signature segment. And the first signature segment that we will do for tonight is, of course, our fight or flight segment. Yes, we call this our fight or flight segment. Ano ba itong fight or flight? So we are going to ask our guest, and in this case, it's Angelia. Napakaganda ng photo ni Angelia rito. Fight or flight. In this case, it's Angelia. So she will be either answering piping hot questions. Well, we don't know if it's piping hot or maybe it's just chill questions for her, piping hot questions. Or she will do some online challenges. Yeah. And so if she can answer the questions, she will just say fight and proceed to answering the questions. And if she doesn't want to answer the questions, it's okay. She can say flight, and then we'll just proceed to giving her a consequence. Okay. So Angelia will choose a number, and then we will tell her the corresponding consequence to that number. Okay, there you go. So Angelia, are you ready for our fight or flight segment for tonight?
I'm born ready. Let's do it.
That is such a nice and queenly answer. Okay, so dalawa, we only have two questions for you. The first question is this.
Hmm.
Piping hot question number one. Is it true that you felt like your Miss Earth win in 2015 was received less warmly than you would have wanted?
Yeah,
Do you
fight.
want to answer? Fight? Okay, thank you very much. Yes,
Sure.
yes, yes.
I
Okay,
mean,
so what would be your response?
I've already been asked this question in the past, and I've always been honest. I think maybe this question has just been somehow asked differently,
Mm-hmm,
but it's just the same question. Like, really, how
mm-hmm,
did I really feel? Like, did I feel anything less when I won and when I went back? I would always say the same answer.
mm-hmm.
Um, I felt like sayang, of course. I was like, sayang naman, like, nandun na eh, pero sayang kasi may, nawala ba ako? Ayan,
Yeah, you're
sorry.
here.
Okay. No, parang, sayang kasi parang, that time kasi it was the same year that my queen sister, Pia, also won. At first, I
Mm-hmm,
really didn't feel less warm at first, no? Because I mean, I was also one of the Filipino fans, and especially as part of pageantry, that really supported and watched the competition. I mean, I remember I was actually in Umagang Kay Ganda during
mm-hmm.
that time before the competition started. I was being interviewed, like, what do you think are your tips since you've gone through this? It's not like we can hear it anymore, but I was there supporting. And then when I got back to my hotel, I was watching and I was jumping off of my bed. And then someone calls me and say, like, are you okay? And I was like, I don't get why they're asking me. Like, there were a couple of guys like asking me if I'm okay. And I was like, what do you mean I'm okay? Of course I'm super okay. Like, there's two of us who won, you know. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, I think the question where they felt that I felt um less warmly welcome was when, of course, I'm not gonna deny, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and deny that this country really is a Miss Universe country. We are Miss Earth has only been around for 20 years. That time it was only our 15th year. Oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
that's 5 years ago. but what I'm trying to say, siguro, is like there were things that were planned, that was in line, or activities that I was supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
and that was not pushed through,
I
you know.
see.
Yeah, so of course I'm only human, I also get hurt. Like, there were times like, but I also won, right? Like, these things. I never I like I never um hated Pia or whatever. It's not her fault, it's
Mm-hmm.
no one's fault. Like, I'm actually genuinely happy for her because she's really a genuine good person. It's just that if you're gonna think of it, like, ay, sayang lang kasi same year eh. So it's
Exactly.
understandable. It's understandable. I would always say, like, even though that happened, I take no grudge or anything, because I just feel like, it's still, I'd still take it. I am still a winner. I am still a
Exactly.
winner. I don't see anything less just because there's two Filipino queens who won. It's not actually just two. There were a lot of us in 2015. And we've experienced that also in 2013. And I was just saying, like, it would have been better for us to have probably different years, to have, different basking of the moment. But it's there and it's okay. and it's okay because I still got to do my job, and that is to be the advocate of Earth. So yeah, to answer directly the question, yeah, of course there were times I felt like it would have been better, like I don't want to be quoted like her. I don't want to be misunderstood. What I'm only trying to say is that um I just feel like it's her, like there were, there were things that I was supposed to do but I was not able
Mm-hmm.
to do, and as
Yeah.
simple as meeting the president during that time when I arrived, because I
Mm-hmm.
won 2 years, the 2 weeks for like 2 or week before she did kasi, and then I was, I already
Mm-hmm.
had letters meeting the president, and then that time I wasn't getting any feedback, and then eventually like I found out that hers was already done, and I was like, what happened to mine? Like,
I see. I see.
yeah, and then I also had like a welcome parade, supposedly a homecoming, and then because of course it's two victories, so it was said like, oh, why don't we put two of you together in one
Mm-hmm.
in one victory parade, and then eventually it's like, where did my parade go? So there were
I
those
see.
moments, but
I
of course
see.
I got hurt, but eventually I got through it. I got through it, and then it's it's a it's okay.
Yes. We yeah, we totally understand where
I
where you
understand.
came from, and actually we were not aware of the things that were supposed to happen but
Same
did not
here.
push through.
Oh, there were a
Yeah, and because
lot.
of
There were a
there
lot.
were a lot.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like
Same
it
here.
was, and then when I arrived, I didn't get to have that like grand welcome, not because nobody planned, but because there was a typhoon.
Yeah,
It was
It was a
raining when I
I remember
circumstance.
arrived.
during that time.
Yeah,
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so we had to like postpone it. We had to postpone it, and I also had a few like inquiries for endorsements, and then boom, just like that, it was gone. But it's okay.
I
Again,
see.
like I'm just trying to answer it
Yes.
as honest as possible.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. We appreciate your honesty in answering the question. And as you said, nga, what's more important? No, despite all these setbacks, what was
Mhm.
more important and what still is important is the job that you did as a Miss Earth Queen, and you were able to do that
Yeah,
with
I was
flying colors.
yeah, given the 10 months that I was only given, because that year, since it's the 15th anniversary and it was in Vienna, Austria, um usually Miss Earth is around October,
Mm-hmm.
November, but mine had to be moved December, and then they had to put it back originally on October naman again, so I
Mm-hmm.
only had 10 months, but it was really really packed and fruitful. I was able to go to at least 10, 11 countries in 10
Mm-hmm.
months. So
Exactly.
it was still a beautiful experience.
Yeah. And it was also a very beautiful experience for your fans and for us too, because during that year, we remember you were one of the most, if not the most traveled queens. So it was still very much a fruitful
yes.
10 months. Di ba, no, Mark?
And not only, yeah, not only that, Angelia's win was, I've been telling this to everyone that Angelia's win was historic, and she won it fair and square. And it was so clear during the pageant in Austria that she was leading the pack. And just
Leading the pack.
I just like to tell the fans, majority of the judges during that night were not Filipinos. So I'd like to tell you that.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, every time someone says like, "Oh, it's a cooking show," I was like,
No,
"No,
it's not.
definitely
Mhm.
not." And then, like Miss
I
Earth,
think
never.
only some only a certain group of people say that. No, pero
No,
speaking
but the
of,
thing is, it's because it's in Vienna. There's a big
yeah,
presence of the United Nations there, and most of my judges
Yes,
right.
are department
agree.
heads of the United Nations. So I don't think
Hmm.
like you can just fool them like that. But
Exactly.
I'm glad that they decided to choose me.
Exactly. Actually, that brings us to our second piping hot question. Yan. Naku, dalawa lang yung questions natin, pero hitting questions, talagang piping hot questions to.
Oh my
Salamat sa ating producer, Noy Sabilano.
Ako, favorite ko yung question na yan. Favorite ko yan.
Yung
Sige,
next,
tanungin mo.
next question. Okay.
Yes,
Actually,
oo.
it's
Pero
related
oo,
to.
yeah. Pero thank you pa rin kay Angelia. Oo. Mm.
Here's our
Curious
second
tuloy ako.
question. Piping hot question number 2. How do you respond to claims that Miss Earth organization always crowns Filipino candidates and always favors Pinays because it is Filipino owned, and it has never been so noisy as when you won back to back, no, with Jamie. So what is your take on this? Wait, before that, fight or flight?
Fight na fight.
Fight na fight. Thank you.
Tayong atrasan sa questions.
Thank you very much, Angelia. What is your take on this?
Yeah, I think if there's something you can expect from a Miss Earth Queen is that she will answer your questions, you know. As long as
Exactly.
wala tayong inaapakan na ibang tao,
Tama.
no? And we will always speak of the truth. So this is actually easy to answer because I will only speak of the truth.
That's great. We appreciate that.
Mhm.
Yes. So, what is your take on this one in this piping hot question number 2?
Okay, so how do you respond? You know, I've been asked this for so many times as well, but it's true that Miss Earth is a Filipino pageant, but you know, like it's absurd to say that, you know, they favor Filipinas. I'm gonna talk based on my experience, you know, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the other Filipina Miss Earth, Miss Philippines Earth who represented the country would also relate because people think that it's so easy, like even other national directors or other candidates, they think that it's already like a plus that you're already from the Philippines, you know, like maybe that's the only plus is because okay, Miss Earth is from the Philippines, so you automatically look like well, who was their who's their representative, you know, like. But the truth is, it's very hard, probably the hardest um to represent in in Miss Earth is our country
That's
because
right.
all eyes are on you already. That's one thing,
Mhm.
and people think these like favor. It's super not true. It's actually double the um. We actually have to work double
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
compared to the other girls because um Miss Earth, if there's something like I could describe them, they're very fair. They're
Mhm.
super fair actually. Like when I was in Vienna, Austria, um, there were times that, of course, because I know them already because of Miss Philippines Earth, but most of the time I could not even like greet them properly or say hi like we're friends because I had to respect other girls. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable or like they make them think like like something is being cooked up. And even the staff of Miss Earth, like they like there are times like because the Filipino community in Austria and the Ilonggo community there, they always give me food and there's always a lot. And
Wow.
the fridge and the rooms are too small, so it's always overflowing. And sometimes I like to share my food to them, and they always tell me like, you can just send it in our rooms. I don't think it's nice for the girls to see you handing us anything. that's
Mm.
how that's how that's how hard or strict they follow being fair. And
Mhm.
also I remember on the day of the coronation, when we arrived to do our makeup and our rehearsals in the morning, i couldn't I couldn't handle it anymore, all of my emotions, because it was
Mhm.
the day that will decide my future. Like, am I gonna make
Mhm.
it? Am I because my head that time was just my focus is just I need and want to win, But at that there was a small, just a quick, thought like, oh no. So if this won't happen, then what's gonna happen next? Like I got so scared. It was a bit like
Right.
a short time in the morning, and I saw Tita Lorraine, and the first thing I did was run to her. And I
Mm-hmm.
hugged her and I cried. And she was panicking, like, what's happening? Like, you have to go back there. The girls are watching. I don't want them to think about anything, you know? So I
I
just,
see.
this like favoring Filipina, no, definitely not. The girls, the other girls who actually have other national directors are quite lucky because they have that someone or the representative of, I mean, their national director to guide them and like, you know, prepare for their gowns, for their national costumes. I'm so lucky I have KF family because Miss Philippines Earth cannot do that anymore for the Filipina girl.
Mm-hmm.
They're focused
Mm-hmm.
on making sure Miss Earth is gonna run smooth.
Right.
They pass that responsibility to the candidate. So if
Exactly.
you don't have kagandahang florist family or someone like KF to help you, it's really like you're gonna be lost. Like, oh my god, like how am I, you know, how am I gonna put this all together? So I think that's unfair to say that, you know, it's like an automatic that you're given favors. It's not true. It's super not true. I think if you look at the history of Miss Philippines Earth and Miss Earth, we've been through a lot of controversies because we are very fair. I don't know if you remember a few years back when Tita Lorraine started this um, trend of judging the body using like a sheet of mat.
Veil.
Yes, yes, yes,
That
yes.
became like super big and like people were like misinterpreted it so bad that it
Exactly.
became such a controversy. And then you know, because I became closer after I won and being closer to Tita Lorraine. And I know Tita Lorraine, like of course she's never gonna, you know, do something that would degrade a woman. Like that's just her opposite of what the pageant is about, you know. But the only reason she did that is because she wanted to be fair. You know why? Because front runners, you know, front runners, even you know, even when they're not, they did not give their 100% in their body for fitness. They still
Mm-hmm.
she notices like, oh, how did this girl win when this girl actually has the best body of all?
Mm-hmm.
her,
I see.
her main purpose was to make it fair, to give chance and appreciation to the girls who actually put in the work. But it blew up like that and we weren't expecting that, and it's a learning experience and curve also, you know, because we didn't expect it to be interpreted that way, but the main purpose of doing that was to be fair. So sorry, I said so many things and I've different I
No,
feel like
no, no,
I'm
no, no
presenting my
problem.
baby. But it's just, you know, it's not fair to say that we're given special favors just because we're from the Philippines. Actually, we have to put in double or even triple the work than any other girl has to.
That's
Actually,
right.
Angelia, I would like to validate what you shared because the same story was shared to us by Karen Ibasco and Angelique de los Reyes.
Ah,
And
yeah?
And
Janelle
they
T.
said that
And
it's really
Janelle T
difficult
also.
if you're Miss Philippines Earth because majority of the responsibilities really lies on the girls of the
Yeah.
representatives because they decide everything and Miss Lorraine is really hands off, meaning
Yeah.
she will not do anything or
No.
rather she probably just do
No,
something
because
or
she's
minor
yeah,
responsibility.
she's just gonna, you know, if actually the I think the only time where she will really, you know, do something is when you have no other choice. I mean, like for example, like when I went to Vienna, let's say, oh, I needed two gowns, but I only have one. Then
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's like, Tita, can you help me? Maybe that's you know, that's something. But
I see. That's right.
she's focused really on how to run things smoothly in the international scene.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much,
I hope
Angelia.
I answered your question.
No, oh,
You
you
did.
answered. You did, and more.
And
You
you
know,
just
you said
validated
you not only
a lot of
yes, you
things.
not only answered it, you validated every other queen's statement, and of course, you definitely set the record straight.
Mhm.
You know, coming from you, coming from you. So sana the people who doubt the integrity of Miss Earth, hearing from our queens who have been consistently telling us how fair Miss Earth organization treats everybody
Mhm.
should be enough for us to believe that. Of
And you
course,
know, Tita
it's not
Lorraine
about.
doesn't even know the winners until we announce it. Do you know that? Most of
Exactly.
the time, like
Mm.
the first person who only knows is our president Tito Mon, because
Hmm.
he is with SGV,
Right.
validating the scores. And the thing is,
Hmm.
they always honor the paper, whatever that paper says, whether because whether they like the girl or they don't like the girl, they will never say that. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, whatever the paper says, they will respect that, even though they know
Mm.
there will be a lot of bashing, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
But
Mm.
that's one thing that you cannot take away from Miss Earth, their integrity, especially with the results.
Exactly.
Because
Mm.
Exactly.
that's why we're being like accused of giving favors to the Filipina queens, because we're always up there. And I think it's they have to appreciate how much effort and work Filipina queens, it's not just in Miss Earth, you know how much effort and work we put in
Mm.
to make it up there. And before we became a powerhouse of beauty queens, we've also had our share of not winning anything until
Exactly.
Ate Venus just freaking broke the spell. And then
That
Mm.
is right.
from then on, like, it's not just Miss Earth. Everywhere we look, we have queens winning, and we continue to do so.
Hmm.
So, I mean, especially from Filipino Bachelor Region, all we need to do is appreciate it.
Exactly.
There,
Yeah, and
there's
that's what.
someone like told me, my friend,
Hmm.
Casey, like if there's something good happening, because sometimes I overthink. She always tells me, like, if it's something good, then bask in it, enjoy the moment. So let's just enjoy the moment of the streak that we're having. And after all, it's not like it's not just chamba, it's not luck, it's hard work.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Like these
Mm.
things, when people say these things, it invalidates the efforts that our queens put in, especially in Miss Earth. Because if we take away the sashes and just really become objective, we will know that the Filipino queens who win really deserves, because they're at the top of their game. So thank you very much for setting that record straight. Wow. Thank you very much,
Fact,
Angelia. Right? Umpisa
wow,
pa lang, pero,
I-
whew,
first two pa lang to,
right? Yes, first two questions. Dahil dyan, we're going to move. It's already piping hot right now. So we're going to try to chill a
we're
little
warmed
bit.
up.
Warmed up already, yes. And now it's time to chill a little bit, because our next segment will be a look back at your journey through photo. So this is going to be called Picture Perfect. Okay,
Mm.
Picture Perfect. Yeah. So we are going to show you three photos of your journey, and all we want you to do is to tell us a memory that you recall when you see that photo, or tell us a background story about that photo. Okay, so let's start with our
Okay, I
picture
want to say hi to Tita
perfect.
Titi Veneracion. Tita Titi
Yes, oh yes,
is
yes,
watching.
yes, we pinned that
And also
there.
Tita
So
Rogel. Tita Rogel is
mhm,
watching. And Ara.
eh, yes, Tito Rogel, hello po Tito Rogel. Yan, yan. So Madam Peachy and Tito Rogel are watching right now, right? Supporting us. Grabe sila sa pagsusupport sa atin, lalo na si Ma'am Peachy and si Tito Rogel. Thank you so much, Tito Rogel Flores. And now, let's go to our first photo. Yan, this is your
Ah,
first photo. What can you say about this?
it was a back-to-back day as well.
That's
if
true.
if you follow really my journey during my reign, that day is very special. Because it was also a back-to-back experience for me. I am graduating twice in a day. So this
That's
is
true.
my
We know
first
this.
graduation. In the morning was my graduation in college in Benilde. And after that, I went to the hotel, only got two spoonful of lunch with
Wow.
my family, just two. And I had to rush back to Mall of Asia Arena to
Hmm.
do my rehearsals and my makeup for my turnover of the crown.
Turn
So
over the crown.
it's yeah,
Yes.
that's my mom with me also.
Yes, yes,
Grew up
yes.
with a single parent.
Hmm.
So it's a special moment that we shared, because I really promised her that I will graduate. no matter what.
That's true. And congratulations. Kahit matagal na siyang natapos, congratulations again on that. Yeah, we know the story of that two graduations in one day. And and we would like to say you were very beautiful, stunning during the night you passed your crown. Yeah, kaya nakakabilib talaga. Yung imagine the rigors you had to go through during that day, but then you still
Oh my
came
God.
out of
You know, I
the
almost
stage so
cried.
beautiful.
I almost cried before going out, not because not only because of like I'm overwhelmed of the moment, but because they almost made me go out with the wrong gown.
What?
Yeah, because I was told I was supposed to have like two exposures. So I have two
Mm-hmm.
gowns prepared for it. Both
Mm-hmm.
both made by Leo. So the first one was just a simple interview. So I just made a like a really nice simple gown. So I'm still on that one. And then they told me that I have to go out and it's already passing out. I was like, oh my, what happened? And I almost cried. I was like, I don't want to go out. I want to go out with the other gown.
Yeah.
And I had to like dress the other like dress up so fast, like
Mm-hmm.
change my dress
Wow.
super fast at the back of a of the door. And I
Yeah.
saw from afar like from afar I can see Tito Mon like already so serious trying to like with SGV trying to check the papers.
Wow, hindi
Yeah.
halata. We did not notice that at all. You were really no great. That was really grace under pressure. Wow.
Yeah, and I had a really great team with me.
Like,
That was
wow, that's good.
Jano Navenario
Mm-hmm.
styled me,
Mm-hmm.
the gown. Maury Estrada did my makeup the time. So it feels like I was born to do it.
You were definitely you were definitely born to do it. And actually our next photo is evidence of that, that you were born to do it. Look at this one. This is yes. Look
Oh,
at that. Speaking of, hindi ba? So
yeah.
tell us about yes, tell us about this moment.
Oh my God. It's just that there's just so many things that happened,
Mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
just so there's just so much gratitude actually. This photo just shows like I was opening my arms because I don't know how else to like thank everyone that made this possible for me. Like me coming from the province, growing up in Iloilo, like it
Mm-hmm.
was like it was just it. Some would say like it was so impossible, but like there I am, like just basking in the moment,
Exactly.
And even the gown that wasn't supposed to be my gown.
But this is
I
actually
only
look
saw that gown that day. And that was the first time,
really
yeah, and it fit me perfectly, thank God.
it did. Look at this photo. It looks like you actually had the fitting way
Yeah.
beforehand.
So that gown, because I remember I got a call, and they were telling me if I could go to the studio so that they could cut the length just in case it's too long. But I told them I could
Mm.
not. Whatever it is later, I'm just gonna wear it because I need to graduate first. So yeah, like this was this yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, see,
Well, thank you
mm,
for helping me remember. It was
thank you
such a
very much for sharing us what you remember from these moments. And speaking of moments, ayan. Speaking of
Ooh.
women, speaking of our Pinay queens, and speaking of powerful
Yeah, and one
women,
of them are celebrating her birthday today. Hi, Jamie. My
exactly.
back-to-back
Yeah.
queen, pretty in red.
Yes, we were actually waiting for this moment no na mapakita tong photo na to kasi we would also like to greet our queen Jamie. Yes.
Yay, happy
Happy birthday
birthday.
to you. Happy birthday Queen
Can you believe
Jamie.
this
Yeah.
girl is still so young?
Hanggang ngayon ano, parang kailan I don't know what how old she was when she joined, but now she's still very young. Yeah.
She's one of the
Thank
youngest
you very much.
ever, actually. So, well, going back to the photo, it's such a special um experience, I would say. It's because it's my first time to share a cover at that a photo, or I mean a cover with the one and only Tita Lorraine Shook. On
Hmm.
that day actually, Carla Henry was supposed to join us, but she could not.
Oh. Mm,
She could not. I'm trying to remember why. I'm not sure if it's because she was already pregnant or um she was probably in Cebu or something. I just can't remember
I see.
exactly why, but she was scheduled to join us in the shoot actually, because
But this was.
the producer of this cover is a good friend of mine.
Mm,
Yeah,
I see.
so um he was always supportive of ideas, my ideas as well. And yeah, it's nice to have like a cover with my fellow Earth sisters.
I see. Exactly. Was this shot in the Philippines?
Yes,
Amazing. Okay,
yes.
there you go.
But
Thank
the
you very much.
photographers had to fly
Hmm.
from Vietnam.
From
Photographers,
Vietnam.
the designers, um,
Hmm.
there was a team that flew here just for the shoot.
Wow, that's
Mhm.
amazing to know. See, we with only just a few photos, we are learning some background information already. So thank you
Guys,
very
what's
much for
out?
that.
I have a cover soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you heard that, Miss
Finally, a
Earthground
dream.
fans.
It's I've been waiting for this for years.
Oh.
It's a cover that I originally wanted to share
Mm-hmm,
some sisters as well, but did not push through.
mm-hmm.
And finally, they finally decided to just come out with one with just me.
With just you, we are going. Abangan po natin yan ha,
We're
mga
very
Miss
excited for
Earthground fans.
that.
It's
We're very
something
excited
different
for
because
that.
like when we shot it, like I don't even recognize myself, but it's exciting.
Wow,
Something different. So let's see.
amazing, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We are looking forward to that. Ang ganda yung mga ganun eh, no, when you have a chameleon moment on the cover of a magazine. So that's very nice. We're so
Yeah,
looking
I haven't
forward to
seen the
that.
final output, but
Mhm.
we'll see. We'll see.
Wow. Speaking of exciting to see, no? So excited na rin kami for some more queens, some more echo angels to join us tonight. But before that, thank you very much, Muna Angelia. Thank you so much for sharing to us so many things, so many nuggets of information and wisdom in in just a short moment. So thank you very much for that. So talaga namang nakakamiss si Angelia kasi now that we're interviewing her, we're getting to know so many things that we have not actually had the opportunity to know before. So thank you
There
very
are
much,
actually a few
Angelia.
things that I think I haven't shared with anyone.
Yes,
So,
exactly, exactly. And we're so honored, actually. We're so happy that you got to share that with us today. Thank you so much. That was
right.
just a natural, yeah, it just flowed naturally. So now, ito na. We are now going to the second part, still with Queen Angelia. We are now going to the second part of our night. Okay, so our post pageant recap of Miss Philippines Earth 2020. But before that, we'd like to know the action muna. How is it there in the live feed, in the live chat? Either Nonoy or Mark no, can show us. Yes, Mark, kumusta naman yung ating live feed right now?
All right. So before we introduce our next guest, medyo our live feed is already blowing up na, and our fans already saying hi. So let me just call on certain viewers here. So hi, this is according to Uge Bads. Uge Bads is saying hi to Angelia. Okay,
Hi,
siguro Angelia, if
Uge.
we could say hi to Uge.
Hi, Uge. Hello.
Love lots daw, love lots. And
Love lot.
according to John Michael Alesna, Ate Angela Gabrina
Hi,
Ong,
hi,
you're still,
JM.
yes, you're still gorgeous as ever.
Oh, you
Yes.
know that those are my fans from the very start. Like
Wow.
JM and
Wow,
Ara. Like even before I became a beauty queen. They've been so
amazing.
supportive.
Grabe.
I've seen this kid grow up before, he was just a small provinciano and then now he's a graduate and a professional. So
Oh my
proud
Wow,
of you
God.
guys.
amazing.
I really appreciate like my fans because like for example, I'm always proud of my fans because I even became one of the bridesmaids of Ara when she got married. So that's how
Amazing.
close, like they're like family to me. Really appreciate you guys.
Mm.
Anyways,
It's so
That's good to hear. That's good to hear because Ara is watching as well. She's saying hi
hi,
to you.
Ara.
Hearts, hearts, hearts. And sabi niya, exciting. And shout out to the MEC team. So there. So a
thank you,
lot of
Ara.
love comments coming to
Yeah.
for
Thank you.
Angelia.
Yes,
Ciao,
we also want to say
Mole.
hi to our fellow pageant vlogger. Mars France is watching right now. Mars France, hello, hello
Hi,
Mars.
Mars. Hi, Mars.
Thank you.
I had an interview with him also, like a month or 2 months back. No, during the
2 months
quarantine.
back. During the quarantine, yeah. Kaibigan natin yan si Mars France. So hello Mars
And
France. Ayan.
tapos still more comments about Angelia coming from Ekim. And sabi niya, still pretty pa rin. Angelia Hearts.
Oh, thank you,
Yes, yes.
Akim.
Nag-e-echo ka, Mark. Okay, there you go.
Ah,
So, thank you very
ciao,
much,
Fabio.
Mark. Thank you so much. Ayan, si Miss Maylin din nanonood. And now, now it's time for us to go to our the next part of our um, night. Yan. Hindi lang si Angelia ang makakasama natin tonight. We're actually going to be joined by other Echo Angels who are also queens in their own right. Okay, so tonight we are going to be joined by two lovely ladies who became part of Miss Philippines Earth 2020. Okay, and here tonight, for our pageant recap, they're also going to answer some piping hot questions, give their piping hot opinions, and join the discussion together with you, our dear fans. Okay? So, yeah, may hinihintay pa tayong isa to come in. But pero simulan na natin, no? So let's introduce our first uh, Echo Angel, our first 2020 Echo Angel, who will be joining us tonight. Yan. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us is the hashtag Solar Queen. Pabatiin muna natin siya. Welcome, Justiene Ortega. Hello, Justiene.
Good evening po, Sir Eman, Sir Noy, Sir Mark, and Queen Angelia, and of course to my eco-sister there. Good evening po sa lahat and to everybody who's watching. Thank you so much for having me here tonight.
Thank you so much. Yes, Justiene. Yung mga fans mo, abang na abang. Kanina umpisa pa lang, puro na hashtag Solar Queen yung nasa feed natin. So, I'm sure they are now glad that you're already on screen. Okay. But Justiene is not the only 2020 Eco Angel who's joining us tonight, because tonight also one of the heavy favorites for Miss Philippines Earth 2020 is here with us, and she is no other than the Eco Angel from General Santos City, Arielle Jasmine Roque. Nagkamali pa ng banggit. Hello, Arielle.
Hello po. Good evening, Noy, Eman, and Sir Mark, Queen Angelia, and Justiene. Hello, good evening po sa lahat ng nanonood. I'm Arielle Roque, your eco-angel from General Santos City.
There you go. Hi, Arielle. Pati mga fans din ni Arielle actually nagdadagsaan na doon sa ating live feed. So, tonight, we will be joined not only by Queen Angelia, but also by Justiene and Arielle, because we are going to talk about our Miss Philippines Earth 2020 recap. Okay? Yes. So, but before that, meron pala tayong surprise muna. Yan, kay Queen Angelia. Yan, meron tayong surprise kay Angelia. Actually, sinabi mo kanina na akala mo si Tito Rogel kasama natin dito sa live na to. Pero actually, andito siya somehow. Kasi meron siyang ibinigay na message for you. Okay? Meron siyang binigay na message for you.
Oo.
May pa ganyan. I feel like it's my
nandito na rin si
birthday again.
Arielle, yes. Parang happy birthday. Hindi pala si Jamie Hero lang may birthday ngayon, si Angelia pala.
Yes.
But it
Okay.
was my birthday.
Eman, actually, share ko lang. Oo. Yes.
Sige,
Share ko lang, Eman. Actually, kami ni Angelia, we're part of a group chat with Tito Rogel. Tama ba, Angelia? Magkasama tayong dalawa. So, hindi alam ni Angelia na meron akong hininging secret special message from Tito Rogel for her tonight. So, ayan.
Yes.
Ready ka na bang mabasa ang iyong special message?
Dapat
Napakaiyakin mo ba ako? Medyo sensitive ako
ewan
ngayon, ah.
natin. Dapat video ito, pero nasira yung video camera ni Tito Roger. So nagbigay siya sa atin ng message. Here it is. Please read it on screen. Ayan. Nakita nyo ba, guys? Can you see it? Ayan. Yan. Are you able to see it? Nakita mo ba, Noy? Yung sa screen ng ating message?
No,
Are you
not
able?
yet.
Oh, no. Okay. Sorry.
Not
Okay, here
yet.
you go.
Ayan.
Not yet. Okay. Sige.
Mm-mm.
So, share ko lang ang message ni Tito Rogel para kay Angelia. Okay,
There you
this is the
go.
message of Tito Rogel for Angelia. Hi, your journey to becoming Miss Earth 2015 is really a story worth telling. And I'm so happy as well as so proud to be part of it. It was definitely an unforgettable roller coaster ride from the days that I was tirelessly convincing you to join Miss Philippines Earth, because I really felt it was already your time to be a full-fledged queen, to actually becoming a candidate, to almost not being able to continue with your candidacy, to actually meaning Miss Philippines Earth 2015. The struggles during your preparation for Miss Earth, because you were juggling your time fulfilling your duties as Miss Philippines Earth and finishing your college degree, which now we know you did, organizing your own press send off. Yeah, another bit of information. Doing your wardrobe selection for Miss Earth, competing in Miss Earth in Austria. I was convinced in my mind and heart that you will win your Miss Earth 2015, and you have given the country that rare back-to-back feat, for you have proven to everyone, to all of us, that everything is possible, for we will because we can. Thank you for being so loving to your K familia. Love, Tito Rogel Flores. Ayun.
Book ko talaga to.
Kasi before we move on to our round up, kailangan pakita muna namin sa iyo yung surprise na yan. So, what do you think about it, Angelia?
Siyempre na-touch ako kasi I think Tito Rog
Yay!
He's really the reason why I joined eh. I've been telling him constantly, Tito, ayoko talaga. Ayoko pa mag-join. That time, because I was really determined to finish my studies. Kasi, di ba remember, parang syempre when, in 2011 when Shamsi won, I was already looking up to girls who have, finishing their degrees first before going to pageantry. So ako parang, I had time. Maybe I should finish this first so I can come back stronger, better. And Tito Rogers was telling me, I really feel something. Like, I think you should really give this a try. And he's been constantly telling me that. And then I was like, I think it was that year. You said, I think, I forgot, when the K to 12, school, there were just a few freshmen that came in, and also I had like a longer time to be out of school, because usually since Benilde or LaSalle has only 3 semesters has 3 semesters a year, so we were only given like 2 weeks break every time, and that time I had more than I think a month, and it was enough time. So I was like, okay, at least I won't be missing out too much school, because I really, I was a working student as well. I really, really wanted to graduate. It was my priority, but Peter Rog somehow was able to convince me. And then, if you're really following my journey in Miss Philippines Earth, I almost got kicked out.
Oo, sinabi niya yan actually sa amin.
I was out of the competition for a week, and it really left me heartbroken kasi I gave it my all talaga. I know that the competition just started, but I really gave everything eh. I always give my more than 100% if it's even possible. And then I just felt like, when I was decided to not let a few of us continue, I was so heartbroken. And then eventually, they found a way to, have us back in the competition. I was like, okay, let's bring this on. And I was praying. I said, if I don't win Miss Philippines Earth, it means I'm bound for another pageant. But when if God gives me Miss Philippines Earth, I need to win Miss Earth. That was my deal. So
And you
God
did.
was good, and I did, and God was good, and I'm thankful
Yes.
for Tito Rog, for being with me every step of the way. And yun na nga,
Oh.
medyo natawa ako organizing my
Oh.
own send off.
Aww.
Totoo.
It's the first time na parang it's gonna be out of the country, like it's the 15th year. And I'm like, I also want to send off if there's, and I got to convince Carousel, si Tita Lorraine, Miss Maylene, si Tita Peachy, especially si Ate Maylene was so supportive, calling sponsors to help me. Kasi nobody's gonna do it for me. Maybe I
I
can. And I was calling
see.
my own
Uh-uh.
resources. Like, I want to send off. And I got it.
Yes, there you go. Congratulations again, ha. Talaga naman. At salamat, Tito Rogel. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Tito
Tito Rogel.
Rogel Flores,
Thank you, Tito
for
Rogel.
You are
giving
our
that to
fairy
us.
godmother.
True.
Kaya,
That
kaya
is
ako,
true.
girls. Kaya,
Yeah.
girls. It
Oh.
wasn't my first time to join the pageant, but it doesn't have to be the first
Mm-mm.
time all the time. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa para sa'yo.
That's
So,
true.
ano lang.
Yan. Actually, yeah. So right timing that our Eco Angels joined us, no, when we showed you the message of Tito Roger, it also serves as an inspiration not only to our Eco Queens who are joining us right now, but also to other girls who are in their journey, to pageant in the world of pageantry. Yeah. So sometimes you don't get it the first time, but you try and succeed as long as your heart's in it and your passion is there and your advocacy is there. And at yung Justine and Ariel are two of our eco angels who have very strong advocacies. Yan. And that's why right now we want to know from them. Ano na ba yung lagay? How did they fare? How did they feel? And what do they think of their experience during the Miss Philippines Earth 2020 staging? And also, from the point of view of a queen, we will also be asking Angelia some questions about the pageant. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so now we will be going to our next segment, which is our post pageant recap, and this will be taken care of by Noy. Tama ba ako, Noy? Yan. Okay, Noy, take it away.
Yes, okay. So sa ating mga viewers and fans of Miss Philippines Earth, eto na ang inyong pinakihintay na part. Of course, yung kanina kay Angela is also like a most awaited part. But then, the central part of our chat is going to be here now. We're going to talk about our post-pageant recap of Miss Philippines Earth 2020. So ito, what we're going to do is we're going to itemize and talk about the different elements of the competition. Starting off with, the first part we're going to talk about is the opening production of Miss Philippines Earth. Now, I would like to find out first from our two Echo Angels, okay? Justine and Arielle, what do you think of the entire opening production with all of your Echo Angel wings and then the montage of your different wings? Kamusta yung experience, Arielle and Justine? Maybe we can start off with Justine. What can you say about that opening production with all of the girls wearing the Echo Angel wings?
Ang masasabi ko po talaga was the struggle was real. No, kasi I think one of the biggest challenges we had with having a virtual pageant was looking for a venue. And given that my house wasn't that big, so I couldn't really shoot it at the house. And then the other part was the wings that was made for me was so tall, so I couldn't find a place with plain white background with landscape that would really fit the wing. So yeah, the struggle was real, but we were able to pull it off at the end of the day. I'm not sure if you noticed that we actually placed white cloth on my at the back of my wings on my intro video. So yeah, we really just covered the wood to pull it
Yes.
off at the end of the day. So and then also aside from that, we did not have any photographer during that time. I just used my phone for my entry. So I'm not sure if the quality was at par, but yeah, it was the best that we could have had that time.
Yes. And then I also noticed, no, yung wings mo specifically, Justine, ano yung materials that you use for the wings? So parang metallic-ish yung can you tell us
Ang
something more
ganda.
about that? Ang ganda actually, para siyang futuristic. Tama ba, Ems? Parang
Yes, yes,
futuristic yung
yes.
dating. Anong materials yung
Very.
ginamit mo doon?
The
Justine.
material used was actually paper plate po. Pero trivia, that was
Wow.
my second wings. Because when they told us that we were gonna have a virtual pageant, the designer who was supposed to make my dress with wings was not able to start because there was a pandemic. So he was from Nueva Vizcaya, so he couldn't finish it anymore. So and then we were locked down here in Manila and sabi ko, anong gagawin natin? So we were researching and we found this parang do-it-yourself wings online and we used an old module and then we wrapped it around. I think I posted it somewhere on my Facebook page and then it's made out of paper with metallic paper plate around it. But come June, since there was an ease of restrictions and I had my makeup artist with me, sabi niya, Justine, if you want to win, don't use that. So he made me a new one. It was just my makeup artist and my yaya for 26 years. So actually made my that
Wow.
beautiful wing. So it was all homemade po talaga.
Wow.
For a homemade wing, huh? That is
Okay.
so good.
Okay. Yes, oo. Sobrang ganda. Now, what about si Ariel? Ariel, yung kay Ariel naman parang medyo, I don't know kung medyo sea-inspired ba yung iyong wings? Parang sea nymph ba yun? I'm not too sure. Ariel, can you tell us the story behind your Eco Angel outfit?
Actually, kagaya ng sinabi po ni Justin, it was a struggle because when they asked for our wings, I think nasa ECQ pa po tayong lahat noon. And kagaya po sa akin, I had trouble with my resources and my funds since I was not able to ask for support from the Jansen local government kasi nga nasa pandemic tayo and I felt really shy to ask for help since I'm not really born sa Jansen. So yung aking po na wings was actually just made from home because nung hinihingi na po ng organizers yung wings namin, I had a misunderstanding with my team, with my manager. I thought they were going to prepare the wings for me. But on the very day na kailangan na namin mag-submit, I had no wings at all. So hours before ng shoot, I had to make my wings. My mom and my friend helped me. So kami na lang yung gumawa. Ang ginawa na lang ng mommy ko. Nag-chat siya sa YouTube. Sabi niya, ate, ito okay na to. Pwede na to. Pagandahin na lang natin. So we used carton and then bond paper lang po para pagandahin na lang yung wings. So ginawa namin, nilakihan na lang namin ng konti para medyo bongga pa rin kahit pa paano siya tingnan. So it was a struggle but my mom and I, we were able to pull it off. So still good.
But I have to commend you girls, ha? Yung creativity nyo was just amazing kasi your wings really look great on TV. Nung nire-replay ko siya, ano kayong material nitong mga wings nila? Tapos, kasi it really looks good and well-made.
Yes, actually lahat ng mga Eco Angel wings, yung Eco Angel outfits, everything was spectacular talaga. So kudos sa inyong dalawa and to all of the candidates for pulling off that kind of outfit. So congratulations. Good job kayo dyan. Now, after the opening production, I would like to get the input specifically of our two Eco Angels on the next part. Okay? This is kind of close to heart na. Yung next part is maybe you can tell us something about your experience, okay, when you found out that you made it to the top 10 semifinalists. Okay? But before that, okay, siguro si Mark Lee muna. Mark Lee. Ano muna, maybe your quick input. These are the top 10, no? Nakikita mo ba sa screen natin ngayon? Mark Lee, yung top 10 natin.
Yes, I can.
Ayan. Okay? Mark Lee, quick comment. Is this the top 10 that you envision for Miss Philippines Earth 2020? Real talk tayo.
Real talk.
Or sino dyan yung mga surprises, sino dyan yung mga feel mo ay
9 out of 10.
Talagang dapat nandiyan.
9 out of 10.
Real talk.
9 out of 10 of the girls that I expected to be there are there.
9 out of 10.
Yes, meaning even yung top scorers ko sa interview during the preliminary.
Hindi mo pa i-reveal?
Huwag ko nang sabihin yung wala. Basta lahat sila nandyan, 9 out of 10. And I really have to commend the girl. I really have to commend Justiene and Arielle because I was so impressed during the interview. Lalo na si Justiene. I don't know if you saw our reaction, Justiene.
Yes
Nung
po.
tinanong ka ni, I don't know if it was DJ. It
DJ
was a
Mojo
DJ who
Jojo, I
asked
think.
Mojo Jojo, actually,
Mojo
yes.
Jojo.
Oo.
Kung what will you specifically do to promote something? Tapos biglang
Renewable
naglabas ka
energy.
ng solar panel. Tapos who? We.
At dala pa rin niya ngayon. Pakita mo,
Yes!
Justine.
It's mine po kasi talaga.
There you go.
And it's for
Sobrang
emergency
impressed
light.
Iba talaga. Parang, kasi
Oh my
that's how
God,
you
nandiyan pa
impress the
rin.
judges. Yeah, in a preliminary competition,
correct.
you only have
Oo.
a few minutes to impress the judges. So, when they ask you a question, first yung answer mo should be quick and snappy, pero powerful. Pero mas ginawa mong powerful ni Justiene nung may dala siyang visual aid. Sabi ko nga, grabe. Gulat ako doon.
Correct.
Tapos, aside from Justiene, of course, Arielle, I was so
Correct.
impressed with Arielle because she was so eloquent, tapos sobrang ganda ng register niya sa camera. So isipin mo, tumitingin ka ng isang magandang babae who speaks really well. So again, that's another way of creating impact with your, during your interview. So I really expected them to be in the top 10. So that's it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mark. Again, yes. Now, quickly lang, dun sa ating dalawang semi-finalists before I ask the other members of the panel. Justine, how did you feel? Quick, siguro one word lang or like a phrase. How did you feel when you found out that you reached the top 10 semi-finalists? Anong naramdaman mo during that time? At anong nangyayari during that time na tinatawag kayo isa-isa for the top 10? Maybe you can share your experience.
Yung one word would probably po, delighted. Kasi to know that your efforts paid off and to be part of the top 10, I believe was a very big achievement already. And given na ang daming restrictions or ang daming lack of resources with the virtual pageant, but to be able to reach that top 10, sobrang laking blessing na rin po niya. Ayun. And speaking of, if asked nga if there are other girls who deserve to be part of the top 10, I really believe that everybody had their own strengths during the competition. I know that it was a very, very tough one for the judges.
Correct. Yeah. What about Arielle? Anong naramdaman mo, Arielle, during that time when you were called the top 10? Because real talk din. You were dubbed by a lot of people as the dark horse of the competition. Okay, na parang ito yung magiging spoiler dun sa mga frontrunners. How do you feel that yun ang turing sa inyong mga fans for Miss Philippines 2020?
Actually, in one word, I was very overwhelmed na naging part ako sa top 10, Noy. And considering the challenges that I face, and nung first few weeks talaga ng competition, I really felt behind in the resources and everything. Kasi yung mga iba, very grand, ang kanilang mga background and their clothes and everything. But I felt overwhelmed because a part of me wasn't really expecting na mapapasok pa ako sa top 10, considering na I felt like I was an underdog sa competition. But yun nga nung nag-start, when people heard what I had to say during the interview and then people started calling me dark horse, sobrang laking impact talaga nun sa akin. It really motivated me even more. Na sabi ko, Lord, pasok mo lang ako sa top 10, Lord, and maka-answer lang ako. You know, this is already a good opportunity for me. So I'm very, very thankful and very overwhelmed na nakapasok ako sa top 10.
Yes,
and thankful na rin, of course, to you and sa mga pageant vloggers who dubbed me as a dark horse. Sobrang malaking tulong nun sa PR ko.
Yes. You deserve that. Promise. You deserve the title of dark horse. And again, all of the other girls in the top 10 were equally impressive. Now, quickly lang, before we move on to the next part of our review, real talk lang ulit to, okay? Arielle, since we are after top 10, di ba, merong evening gown, merong swimsuit, and then may question, I think merong short question, di ba? And then announcement ng top 5, right? How did you feel that you did not advance to the top 5 of the competition? Real talk lang tayo ngayon, Arielle. How did you feel?
Ayun, if I'm being completely honest, I was sad, of course. Nung una pa nga lang, nung day talaga mismo ng coronation, when they finished calling the top 5, the girls who made it to the top 5, I was really sad. And then nung I asked my friend na i-stop na yung video ko, I almost cried. Because I know I worked hard to be in the competition even, and I exerted all my effort and all the resources I have granting I had no sponsor, so I had to work for my own resources. After every challenges nga, nag-work pa ako para makaipon ako ng gagamitin na naman na fund for the next part of the competition. But, after a few days, na kahit pa paano na-convince ko ng sarili ko, it's good being in the top 10. I mean, it doesn't require, the crown naman is not required, to continue your advocacy. And after all, I joined the competition naman to spread awareness And pwede ko naman yung magawa even without the crown. So all in all, I was happy na rin kahit pa paano.
Yes, oo. And then we're going to dwell more into that later on. Justine, quickly, ikaw naman. Since ikaw yung #Solar Queen, tas di ka naka-advance sa top 5, you're also one of the heavy favorites. Ano yung feeling? Quickly lang, maybe you can tell us.
In a very honest answer po, I was heartbroken. Yun nga, I cried. I cried pag-uwi. And given that it was virtual and it was just us during the filming or during the Zoom, it was just me and my family in one room. So when my name or when my city was not called, parang I didn't know what to do. Siguro probably I got my hopes up so much because sobrang na-build yung Solar Queen, and thank you so much also to mga bloggers who believed in me, and ayun. Pero I guess yung na-realize ko din after that was that in order for us to win the pageant, dalawang bagay din kasi yung what we need. One is hard work, which I believe that everybody can really push for. But the other thing is beyond their control, and it's destiny. So if you're really destined for something, then God won't give it to you.
Yes, correct. Naniniwala din ako sa ganyan na baka hindi pa ito yung oras para sa inyong dalawa. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. Now, kay Queen Angelia herself. Queen Angelia, do you approve of the top 10 for Miss Philippines Earth 2020? Maybe you can give a quick comment sa overall, general top 10. Was this the top 10 that you envisioned for the competition? Real talk.
Not necessarily, but the ones.
Ayan.
I'm happy with the top 10, but I was expecting some girls also to make it. Because, I've also hosted, I think, 1 or 2 of their pre-pageant activities, and somehow I was able to, see the girls,
Yes.
And I'm also intrigued, how are we going to pull off a digital pageant? It was such a conversation between,
correct.
We have a group on Facebook between me and all of the winners of Miss Philippines Earth. So we that's where we talk about anything under the sun, especially in times like this. It's like, gusto natin si ganito. What can you say about the winner, mga ganyan. And then after that, that's when we add na the
may chismis na nagaganap sa group chat.
Ay, madami!
Yeah. So again, you mentioned kanina na meron kang mga select girls. Pero hold that thought for now kasi meron tayong part later na we're going to ask you to reveal sino ba yung mga girls na feeling mo dapat nandoon. Okay? Hold that thought. Now, yes, hot seat ka mamaya, Angelia. So, okay. Now, I'm gonna turn it over to Mark Lee. Mark Lee for the next part of our post-pageant recap. Mark, take it away.
All right. Thank you so much. So we are done reviewing the opening of the Miss Philippines Earth pageant and the top 10. Let's move on by reviewing the top 5. I'd like to probably ask, siguro I'll ask Angelia muna because our top 5 are, of course, this is our elemental court. Okay, what can you say about our top 5? Was this the final 5 that you envisioned? Any thoughts about these beautiful ladies?
I'm actually not surprised to see these girls in top 5, in fairness to them. I've met a few of them prior to them joining, actually. and I'm just surprised, and I'm just so proud of how they've blossomed into these queens that they are right now. I'm actually happy because I know that all of them really has the passion. Kasi dun naman sa Miss Earth we drawn to the person who shows so much passion. No. So yeah, I'm happy naman with the top 5. Of course, may mga may mga girls lang din na parang pwede din sa top 5. Sure, magaling din kasi
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I understand. Actually, itong mga girls na to, you have to agree with Angelia. So, these are all hardworking girls. And sila rin yung mga, some of them were dark horses, pero some of them, these are the girls that we already expected to be in the top 5. So, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Angelia. Siguro, I'd like to hear naman sa point of view ng co-candidates nila, co-Echo Angels. Probably, I'd like to hear the thoughts of Arielle. So, what do you think of the top 5?
Not surprised din po because like you said, most of these girls are already front runners. But if, of course, if papalarin, I wanted to be there. But if not, I was actually, to be honest, expecting Justiene to be there.
Siyempre naman.
Ayun lang, I was
So
happy
good sport
naman.
talaga si Arielle. Very good.
Siyempre naman po. And if I'm being completely honest, I wanted Justin to be there. Kasi sino ko siya sa Instagram and nakita ko na very passionate talaga siya in every competition. And I know that she's very smart and she has really something to say. So, yun po.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd like to hear naman, Justiene. What can you say about the top 5?
Just like Ariel, I wanted to be there. Pero, kidding aside po, I think totoo naman po yung sinabi nila. Walang tapon po sa top 5. I mean, hearing their answers from the question and answer. As in, I didn't know paano nakapili kasi they were all equally good and then they all had something to say and they were able to speak their minds out. So, yeah, yun lang. I think well-deserved naman.
Thank you. And since you mentioned about their final Q&A, that's probably, since nandyan ka na, Justiene, let's probably look at the way they responded to the final Q&A. Maybe your comments about the questions and how they individually responded to the questions given to them. So Justiene, what can you say? Probably some highlights on their final Q&A.
I guess just like what I said is that they were all able to speak their minds, but I believe one stood out because she was able to integrate being environmental in this time of pandemic, and it's very essential because people kept saying now, why do you need a pageant when we have a pandemic? And I think she was able to defend that in her answer. So.
Good. Thank you so much. So how about Arielle?
Ayun nga po, I think they all deserve to be in the top 5 and I love their answers, lalong-lalo na po yung kay Roxy because it's very relevant sa Miss Philippines Earth and sa pandemic that we're facing now. But my favorite answer would be Patricia's.
Why? Why? What man naging favorite yung answer ni Patricia?
Because very heartfelt po siya. Naramdaman ko na talaga na very passionate siya sa answer niya. And I think compassion talaga is really important sa leader and sa beauty queen na din.
That's right.
Thank you. Makes sense. Okay, so let's now hear Angelia. What can you say about the top 5 answers? Their
Favorite.
Final Q&A. And maybe you could give us your insight kasi iba yung na-experience mo yung question eh. Oo eh.
I've been asked because like there are some fans that are not happy that we're pushing through with the pageant. Actually, if I'm like the first time I heard that we were pushing through, I was really worried because I just feel like I'm not sure if this is what really the people need right now. Like there's just only because the pandemic was just so fresh that that's very far from priority. But as we go along coursing through the quarantine together, that's what made me that's what convinced me really that yes, indeed, there is a space for still for pageant, even though it's digital. It's because people right now, because you're not allowed to go out, you're always on your tablets, on your laptop, on your phone, and this is the perfect time to push for your advocacies because you have their attention.
Agree.
So hell with the bashers. I'm so sorry, but like, I mean, it worked. We were able to make enough noise and set our advocacies. And I also say that it's not fair to compare this edition of Miss Earth or at least this competition or this pageant in the past pageants that we've had. First and foremost, there was no pandemic then. So it's also our 20th year, you know, and there's no, you know, it's nice to celebrate that as well. Um, and yeah, you shouldn't be comparing this experience to that experience, and let's just all agree that this is really a special edition of the pageant of Miss Earth. You know, this is literally, you girls are part of history. Like, this has never been done before. And again, like always, Miss Earth is a trailblazer. You know, like they, ano, lagi nauna tayo lagi. You know, so at least I'm going back. Nawala tuloy ako sa. Like, we're going back to the girls with their final answers. I think nagkatalo lang sa sa were you able to convey your answer or your message on screen, kasi minsan iba yon. Alam mo yon? So ngayon ang labanan, paano mo ma-relay in the right way or in the way that you want yung gusto mong sabihin, kasi it's so visual. All you can see is this corner. You know, you don't see the physical, hindi mo na-feel yung you know, your palm, like, hindi na-feel ng audience yun kasi hindi naman niya nakikita ka in person. So, they do not feel your presence physically, but all they see is what they see in the screen. So, I think Roxy was very successful in relaying her answer. Because there's no wrong answer. You know, these are their beliefs. There's actually absolutely no wrong answer. But did you see just how her face glows? Did you see how when she relayed her answers, you have no choice but to listen to her because her eyes speaks. It's magaan. It's like, I feel good looking at her, telling me what she thinks a leader should possess.
Wow.
Or characteristic. So, you know, like, it's a different game, girls. This digital pageantry has a different criteria now. It's not just because you're so pretty or whatever. It's like, it's come to a different, you know, like a different judging.
That's
you know,
right.
like, it's not, kasi ako, when you speak with passion in person, iba din eh, kahit simpleng galaw ka lang, like simple gestures, you can feel like, oh my gosh, like she so wanna like say something and I can feel her. But on screen, it could be different. Like, you might feel this, you feel like you're showing that, but it can be you could not express it the way that you really originally expressed it. So yeah, that's another like challenge with these girls, like, you know, expressing themselves on screen.
Wow, thank you so much. That's a very different and nice insight coming from the queen herself. Maybe we'd also like to invite our audience, our fans, to write down yung comments nila about the top 5 Q&A, and then we'll read them later. And kanina nasagot na rin ni Angelia yung dapat na itatanong ko, why Roxy won? So yan na yun yung sagot. But I'd like to hear the thoughts of, so yun yung perspective ng queen, that like to hear the perspective of her colleagues, Echo Angels. Maybe I'd like to hear first from Justiene. Why do you think Roxy Bayens won?
Yeah, just like what I've mentioned earlier, I mean, they were all equally good answers, but Roxy was able to integrate being environmental in this time of pandemic. And that was very unique. And I guess because there were environmentalists in the judge, so it was very important as well. And at the same time, she was able to prove in her answer how important the advocacies right now and how relevant they are right now in this time of pandemics.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Justiene. How about Arielle?
I think it's because one of the main fact is she was already an early favorite din po. And then she embodies the true eco-angel. She's very aesthetically beautiful. Walang question po doon. Even with makeup or without, very maganda po talaga siya. And then she's really smart, very gentle, and very passionate po sa kanyang advocacy. She's very eager to share what she has to say. And she's very vibrant po. Hindi lang po sa virtual, but siguro pati na rin po sa personal, although I'm sad I was not able to meet her. Yun po.
Wow, thank you. O sige, gaganito sa challenge ko kayo So since you said you wish you would have been in the top 5, let's say you were given a chance to answer that final question.
Go, girls! I'm gonna judge din ako so I'm gonna see how you...
Yes, magbibigay din ng comments si Angelia. I'd like to hear Arielle and Justiene. What do you think are the important qualities of a leader in this pandemic? Who would like to start? Siguro I'll call on Justiene first.
I think one quality that a leader should have in this time of pandemic is to be compassionate. It was actually answered by the two queens already, but I also chose this answer because I believe that in a pandemic right now, we should understand the situations of every Filipino, that we are not all in the same boat, and we have to consider that when we give solutions, we're supposed to customize it for each person, because we may not satisfy the needs of one person by giving standardized solutions. So I believe it's very important for a leader to see from the eyes of another person who experiences a different situation than he is.
Wow, well said. Pero I'd like to hear the comments of my colleagues. Tatanungin ko muna si Eman. What can you say about the answer of Justiene?
Yeah, very concise, very clear, and then properly segmented din yung introduction, yung body, saka yung conclusion na may kasamang call to action. So that was a very good answer. Yeah.
Wow, teacher na teacher yung comment mo, Emma na.
Teacher na teacher.
Oo, teacher. Thank you. How about Angelia? I'd like to hear your thoughts. What can you say about the answer of Justiene?
I love that it's so natural, because I'm really a fan of, I don't like stiff canned answers. Like, it should be concise, but when, kasi ang pangit pag you know that someone is memorizing something. Like, the more natural the delivery, the better. So it relates more to people. I mean, it reaches more people to listen to you. So good job!
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much, Justiene. Let's now move on to our next candidate.
Oh my, the preliminary of intelligence.
I think the other girls did not know. The other girls, the top 5, only got to hear the questions when they were asked, no?
Yes.
They were in the waiting room.
It's a difference.
It's
now
different.
There's a different pressure to Arielle.
Different pressure. So, pero I'd like to hear Arielle first. Yes, Arielle. Same question. What do you think are the important qualities of a leader in a pandemic?
I think the important qualities that a leader must have is resilience and faith in God. It may sound like a cliche, but I think a leader or a beauty queen has to have faith in God, because everything else will follow. All the decisions that they will make will be according to God's plan. Everything that they say and do, tatanong muna nila if it's the best thing to do, if it's the best solution with every challenges, with the pandemic and challenges and other perils in life that we have to face. We really have to be resilient. We have to have that faith that our God is bigger than our problems, and that God is too wise to be mistaken. Everything happens for a reason, and He has a solution for everything.
Wow, thank you. Let's hear it from Nonoy. What can you say about the answer of Arielle? Alfonso? Nonoy?
Delayed si Nonoy ng mga 10 seconds. Para siyang nasa ibang bansa. Nonoy, ako yung nasa Japan, hindi ikaw.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Nawawala siya. Nawawala yung signal ni Nonoy.
Okay.
So,
let's probably hear the thoughts of Angelia. What can you say about the answer of
Angelia.
Arielle?
I think Arielle naman took a different road in trying to convince us. She went to our heartstrings.
Yes, agrees.
She went with our heartstrings. Like, come on, how could you oppose that kind of answer? Like, it was heartfelt, which is good. It's not the usual answer you'll get from a pageant, but it was heartfelt, and that was very important also. So again, there's no really wrong answer. It's how you deliver it.
Thank you. Maraming
Ang
salamat.
galing,
Thank you
ang
so
ganda-ganda.
much. So ayan, we heard it from our Echo Angels and comments from our queen herself. So maybe we could hear the feedback back coming from our fans. Okay, so just like
Yes.
to hear lang
Hindi nyo ba
our fans.
sasagutin yung question?
Ay,
Ha?
oh my God, Mark. Oo.
Kung kayo ang tatanungin.
Alam mo, Mark,
God.
ikaw,
Kung kayo
judge ka ng, you have been a judge for
Intelligent.
Miss Philippines Earth and Miss Earth for the past 2 years, I think, 2 years. Paano, ikaw naman ang gusto naming marinig kung paano mo sasagutin. Tama si Angelia, paano mo sasagutin yung mga tanong na, yung mga napakahirap na tanong na tinatanong mo sa mga kandidata, paano mo sasagutin yourself?
Ay, grabe kayo. Sige, give it a chance. I think important quality of a leader has compassion and has drive to provide solutions for the benefit of a lot of people who are in need during this pandemic. And that leader should also learn to encourage people. They should encourage people to believe in themselves and believe that they can actually get through the ordeal that we are experiencing right now. So yon.
Oh,
Corona po.
corona. Corona.
And always believe that we will because we can.
Of course.
Kala nyo ah.
There you go. Galing.
You know, the first thing that went into my head, I think, sumagot. Wait lang.
Oo nga naman. Queen Angelia, kung ikaw ang sasagot ng tanong na yon, hindi ba?
The first word that came into my head was focus.
Ah.
You know, I believe that a leader, especially in time of this pandemic, should have focus. Because when you have focus, that's a time you learn to be compassionate because you're focused, you're putting yourself in their shoes. When you're focused, that's the time you get to think of solutions that drive that, you know, we were mentioning earlier. And when you are focused, you'll have a better understanding of the current situation, because again, this is a pandemic. It means it's not just in our country, it's everywhere. So to be able to be focused and be the solution rather than be part of the problem, I think we'll be able to help each other and help the masses. Well, because
Ayan.
Oh,
Ibalik
diba?
ang corona.
Oo. Nakakatuwa kasi this segment feels like a master class para tayong nag-feedbacking, no? Feedbacking session kung paano yung tamang pag-answer, kung ano yung mga possible answers na pwede nating
but
ibigay.
the way,
It's nice.
but do you see how like everyone answers differently and everyone
Exactly.
is right?
Exactly.
It's really more on how you deliver it and how were you able to, you know,
Defend
touch
it.
the person on the other side. Like,
That's right.
how do you convince this person that, hey, this is what I think?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I really
Sometimes
hope our leaders have all of those things that we mentioned. Guys, we are not winning.
Agree.
Winning yet. Come on.
we
We're
could
even
not
done with the
agree.
first wave.
We could not agree more. Yeah. So
And
we that deserves a different episode, no, Angelia?
yeah, that's a different episode. Invite ka uli namin.
Sobra,
Alright.
sobra. So much to talk about. Nako.
And
Okay.
maybe we could hear from our fans, Eman, and see how they are reacting to our conversation.
Oo.
I'd like
Yes,
to
yes.
probably give a shout out lang to Ronald Badlang. According to him, the top 5 Q&A, all of the top 5 ladies have their best shot. Naging labanan lang daw talaga, like what Angelia said, it's really the delivery po. My favorites were answers of Roxy, Patricia, and Gianna. So I think I have to agree with that as well. Tapos Sharapova shared yung top 5 niya. It's Baguio, Atimonan, City of Manila, Albay, and Mandaluyong, according to Sharapova. So ito yung top 5 niya. Still more shout out kay Sharapova. We will fight with you till the end. # Solar Queen. That's for Justiene. Iba
Yes.
talaga. And of
Solar
course,
Queen.
may mga fans tayo. Of course, Imelda Tan Valera, of course, saying love lots. I love you, Angelia. So there.
Yes,
Hello.
And
actually,
yes,
may fan din si Angelia from abroad. Fabio Pirico or Piricho is saying, Siao amore mio, Angelia Ong.
Wow.
I think this is an international fan.
No.
Tama ba? Hindi? Sino to si
Hindi.
Fabio? Ay, oh my God! Si Fabio! Oh! Hi, Fabio! Yes.
Amore mio,
Hello.
ciao. Ciao, bebe.
Okay. Fan for life pala. Supporter for life.
Alam mo na.
O, di ba? Napaka-supportive.
Pati ka naki-Facebook
Nung
din siya.
naki-Facebook din, nakita ko yung picture. Sabi ko, ay, siya pala yun. Okay, wow. Hello po. Yes, to. Yes, there
Yeah,
you go.
and
And
just keep
also,
the comments coming.
Italian
yes,
baby.
may nagha-hi din sa'yo, Arielle. Hi daw to Arielle from Tito Rogel Flores. Hello daw, Arielle.
Hello po, Tita Rods.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, there you go,
So
Mark.
we are
Okay.
done reviewing the top 5, the Q&A, as well as the win of Roxy. I'll be transitioning over again to Eman to look at the final parts of this segment.
Exactly. Actually, our final part is the MPE 2020 Real Talk already. Yan. So, I think, I think pwede na rin tayo mag-move on dun sa, bukod sa Miss Philippines Earth, dun na tayo sa real talk na natin yung Miss Earth, the upcoming Miss Earth pageant. Kasi in terms of Miss Philippines Earth, our Echo Angels and also Queen Angelia have given their thoughts on the pageant already. Pero ito na lang, last question for Miss Philippines Earth. Since now that Miss Philippines Earth pioneered its virtual edition, I would like to ask your synthesized comment on the whole thing. What do you think is the best thing that the virtual edition of Miss Philippines Earth was able to offer? And what do you think could it still improve on? Kasi since we're going to transition to the international edition, and it's going to probably, well, they've confirmed it already, it's going to be a virtual as well. What do you think was the best practice or best part of MPE that they can carry over to the Miss Earth pageant, and the point of improvement that they can probably improve, when they do another virtual edition? So let's start with
Or
our Eco Angels. Yes, Angelia.
before we just move on with that topic, I just would like to say, first, I congratulations to MPE, but I also want to say, like, kudos also to Kuya Gelbert Aplal,
Oh.
because he's the one who really, like, because I know that because Ate Tin, she's my friend on Facebook, and I would
Mhm,
see
mhm.
her like mention how many sleepless nights Kuya Gel has been, having just to make sure to put the pageant together. So
Together.
anyway,
Oo.
I wanna say hi to Kuya Gel, and thank you so much for making sure that we have a pageant to show.
Exactly. It was actually very well edited kung meron
I'm
mang isa
sure
sa
it
mga.
was quite challenging because all of the girls have
Uh-huh.
different cameras, different backgrounds. So
Mhm.
okay, sorry, go ahead. For the angels.
Sige, but we'll be back with you, Angelia, later. Let's start with Justine. What do you think? Yan, best points, and then areas of improvement. Sa tingin mo bilang na-experience mo yung pageant virtually.
I think ano ba, areas for improvement would be for candidates to be able to ensure that they find the best spot with internet connection from the onset. Kasi we had a lot of experiences wherein girls during the actual pre-pageant na magka-cut sila or maglalag sila. And I think syempre in their end na nanghihinayang sila na they're doing all their best pero yung internet is a real problem, and I think it will be a big challenge and a big dilemma for them. And then another thing in terms of coronation night, I think it was really well edited also, but I felt like, not sure if everybody felt it also, na parang ang rush niya sa dami ng gustong mangyari and ipakita. And even I think nung question and answer part of the they call this the top 10 Q&A, parang yung music niya was also madaling-madali. And I think that's one area of improvement. Pero other than that, I think just like what Queen Angelia said earlier, having a virtual pageant for the international would be a trailblazer, given Miss Earth is one of the top 4 pageants in the world or in the universe. And I think one thing also that was good about having a virtual pageant is that girls were actually able to highlight more than anything, I think, was their advocacy. Because it was so digital and we all had to banner not ourselves but what we were fighting for. And I think that was something that really transpired throughout the pageant, and I think something Batch 2020 will always be proud of.
That's right. Actually, daman namin yan eh. Being from outside looking in, damang-dama namin na more than any other year, lahat ng advocacies ninyo, hindi lang advocacies ninyo, pati actually yung local government units ninyo were bannered to the entire nation. Mas maraming nakaalam. Kaya nakakatuwa, di ba? How about you, Arielle? What do you think are the best part, the best points, and the areas of improvement? Kung meron man.
I think no that it's great na pinursu nila yung pageant even it's just a virtual because pageants are a perfect platform to spread not only environmental awareness but also other important information to people. Given that we have the technology na tinatamasa natin ngayon, this is a perfect way to take advantage of that to reach a wider audience, to spread this information. Yeah, it proves that beauty queens are more than just a pretty face and that behind the glamour, behind the big stage, we have more to offer despite na virtual pageant lang siya. And I want to congratulate, of course, Carousel Production, the organizers, for pulling it off and doing the job well done. And I think area for improvement na lang din po is kagaya nung minention ni Justiene is yung internet connection talaga. Personally, that was my struggle. So I think yun lang po yung kailangan i-improve, that you make sure that all the girls have the best internet connection.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi yun nga po, sayang yung performance, sayang kung naglalag and everything. And then yung sa coronation na lang po is, I think it would have been better if we had more time, to display, to showcase whatever we're wearing, to showcase our body and our beauty. So yun, medyo nabilisan lang siya because maybe it was time-bounded or anything. But yun lang po.
Thank you very much. Oh, actually, kasi they had a very specific time frame, no? Kasi this is aired live and also before may post programming pa after. So they only had 2 hours. But within the 2 hours they were able to do their best naman, no? Yung internet connection, ewan natin sa Pilipinas. Hello Philippines. Anyway. Oh, thank you very much, girls. Thank you very much dun sa inyong feedback. Queen Angelia, what do you think about overall about the pageant?
I don't want to be harsh because it's really the first time that we did this. I just want to actually appreciate Carousel Productions for being so brave. I'm pretty sure they've had a lot of people telling them why are you gonna do that? Just skip this year, blah blah blah. But Tita Lorraine has really saw the vision and the relevance, and here it is, we have it. And I think the only the thing is between Miss Philippines Earth and Miss Earth kasi this MPE kasi we got caught off guard kasi prior naman to lockdown we were doing activities already. I met a couple of girls in some activities already. We started early this year. So siguro an improvement ang the other countries are lucky to know that they have enough time to prepare.
Exactly.
These are the points that they're saying, the internet connection and find the best internet provider, because and it's I'm sure it's gonna be 2 months long because also it's gonna be around the globe, so different times as well. So that's gonna be another challenge.
2 months, diba?
2 months, yes. And so I mean, because we have enough time to prepare, I think Carousel should set some requirements or standards so that we could provide better quality of videos for the girls, a better video that we could compile. Like for example, it has to be just this kind of white or this kind of camera, for example. It's mga pre-recorded, and I think it's also nice to have a uniform swimsuit.
True.
Can send it early now. I mean,
send na ngayon.
We have something so uniform because I know it's gonna be hard to have anything uniform and other things.
Yeah.
Swimsuit can be feasible, don't
That's
you think?
true. That we believe so. We believe so. Oo.
Yeah. And I think it's also nice to give the national directors or the girls a standard, let's say for example for swimsuit, like standard poses, or like I mean you can still play around, but at least you can show your body
Mm-hmm.
properly,
Mm-hmm.
just so that you can have a sense of a little bit of uniformity, not necessarily,
Uniformity.
yeah,
That's
just a
right.
little, so we can, parang matahi natin ba? Like it's
Tama,
just
tama, tama.
show. So it's let's
Mm.
see how we can like make this show more how we can showcase, the pageant.
Yeah,
Kasi limitations of not, having an actual pageant is already such
true.
a
So yung
hurdle.
challenge of making it seamless, even if people are coming
Yeah.
from different situations. That's true. Totoo nga
Yes.
naman.
They have
Mm-mm.
enough
Wish.
time now. I
Mm-hmm.
think other national directors should already start choosing their girls early so they can prepare, because after they're so lucky. I mean, these girls, although they're not gonna be able to experience the same in person, like having friends from the pageant, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean they will have their team literally with them
That's true.
in this
That's true.
journey.
Their
They're
country.
gonna
Their
bond.
country too.
They're gonna bond differently in their hometowns, so they can
Mm-hmm.
take that opportunity to really showcase what my country has. So yeah, it's a
Exactly.
showcase of countries also. So yeah,
Exactly. Oo. Magandang ano yun,
and
magandang wish list yun.
kumbaga hindi na problema yung resources. Kasi yun
Mm-hmm.
yung problema ng
True.
mga girls before coming to the Philippines or coming to Europe. I always said, like,
Yeah.
I don't have enough space in my luggage. I cannot, and all of
Mm-hmm.
my no one's here to support me right now. Things like that. That will be out of the picture. That's one
That's
of the
true. Yeah.
things that I look into,
They would
like a
have
positive
enough
side
support.
of it. They want
Mm.
meet new girls in person and have like bonding with bonding with them, but they will have a more deeper bonding with the team that they already have.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Well, actually, Angelia, your thoughts are already segueing into our next question. So you've just expressed your wish list for Miss Earth na sana mas seamless, mayroong sense of uniformity. So that ushers us into our next and our final
Lagi na lang ako nakuuna sa
final part.
questions you guys. I'm
Ay,
so
hindi.
sorry.
That's not a problem at all. In fact, you're like, sabi mo nga seamless, you're actually seamlessly transitioning to the next part, di ba? And so Angelia has given some thoughts and wish list for Miss Earth 2020. Pero ngayon, ang tanong ko sa inyo, this is going to be our last question for everybody. What can you say to people who have a negative reaction to the fact that Miss Earth 2020 is also going virtual. Yun ang ating last question para sa inyo ngayon. Okay? And also, we will also weigh in on that. Di ba, Mark? We will also weigh in on that. But we'd like to know your thoughts first. Okay? So let's ask. Unahin na natin ngayon siguro si Queen Angelia. Yan. Para madugtungan na rin yung sinabi mo kanina. Anong masasabi? Kasi kanina parang feeling ko before we went live, meron na tayong napag-usapan a little bit about it. So what do you think about it?
What can I say about okay. I mean,
To people who doubt,
first and foremost, you can't please everybody. That's a fact. It's a straight up fact. And the earlier you understand that, the lesser you're gonna be stressed about it. But because, well, just for the sake of answering the question, I mean, I mentioned earlier that it's really not fair to compare this edition to the past editions that we've had. We should actually just really see this as a special edition of Miss Earth. As we go digital, because people are on their TikToks, on their Facebook, on their Instagram, everyone is online. And the soul of Miss Earth is not just to showcase beauty. That's not the main reason why this pageant exists. The main reason why this pageant exists is to spread the awareness. spread the awareness that our Mother Earth needs help, and it needs our help, and it's not ours, it's not it's Miss Earth is here so that we could inspire more people, we could educate more people. So if we don't hold a pageant at all, I mean, I think a bad opportunity to miss. I mean, it's too bad to miss that kind of opportunity. I mean, it's a good opportunity to miss it. It's such a good opportunity. So, I mean, again, we all go back to our anchor, to our core. Why are we doing this in the first place? Why do we even have pageants in the first place? Always people always ask, like, what's the relevance of pageants? And this is the relevance of this certain pageant, and that is to educate people. And I don't think people should be judging because we just went digital. It's not going to be the same anymore, blah, blah, blah. But, they just need to realize that the soul of the pageant is to make this make this world a better place to live in.
Exactly. That's right. Thank you very much for that, for your take on this one, Angelia. And that's very much valid. How about you, Justine? What do you think about, um, what can you say to people who are against or like have some negative thoughts about ME going digital this year?
Just like what Queen Angelia actually mentioned, is that you can never ever please everybody. They will always have something to say, whatever you do. So I think throughout the years, the 20 years, Miss Philippines Earth or Miss Earth was able to prove a lot of people wrong in terms of how they do their pageant. And they were able to do that this year with Miss Philippines Earth going virtual. I think one of the advantage that people don't see that this virtual pageant gave us girls. I'm not sure if everybody would relate, but for me, for example, during the pandemic, I think I had a little anxiety because I was really panicking because I was locked in a house. I didn't know what to do, and Miss Philippines Earth, although I was hesitant at first, actually was a blessing because it gave me something to focus on what I was fighting for, which was my advocacy that time, and it gave me that different perspective that instead of focusing on the pandemic, which I couldn't really control, I mean, aside from, doing the safety protocols, but I'd rather give my energy to something that I can actually contribute to, which was the pageant. And another thing is
Mm-hmm.
that I think given that, as we mentioned, the Filipina candidates were able to showcase their advocacies. Imagine what kind of impact that would do if all the countries will be doing it at the same time. Given that we all know that the pandemic actually came from an animal, if we can actually send that message to everybody, I think it would really put Miss Philippines Earth or Miss Earth on a different pedestal, and how relevant and how important it is that we really need to fight for Mother Earth right now.
Can I
Exactly.
react with what Justin said? I just love
Yes,
the
yes.
part, about, because aside from us being I said earlier that the soul is really to educate about the environment. It's a perfect time to educate people.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, and I also mentioned about relevance. But right now, don't get me wrong, like, we also have a pandemic that we need to, like, focus on. And I
Mm-hmm.
understand why these people are, like, so against it or, like, questioning it. So I think our more like our duty, or like our job, is how do we convince these people, that it's okay to have the pageant digital. Because, like Justin mentioned, like, there are people actually who are having mental health issues because of the quarantine, because of, so, and it is also a perfect time not only to educate about the environment, but also educate about the pandemic. Because as you've
Mm,
seen in West Philippines Earth, we did not just focus on the environment. We, because they're people are saying,
The
like,
COVID
I
craze.
have people telling me, like, do you think that's insensitive of you guys to, like, move forward with a pageant? Like, are you serious? I have those. And I was like, it's not like we're being insensitive. Actually, we are adapting.
mm,
We are adapting, and we're not just advocating about the environment this time. We're also advocating about how we can defeat this unseen common enemy, which is the virus.
that's
So,
true.
yeah, so it's really in the matter of how these people see it. Kasi. So it's our job as ambassadors of the environment and of Miss Earth. And now, because of the pandemic, it's our job to make them understand why we still fit, where does relevance come in. It's not just about pageantry anymore, can't just
Exactly.
that's so if someone again like comes up to me and tells me that, I'm like, that's so shallow, that's such a very shallow insight. Like, are you serious? Like, of course I understand that there are other things, but I mean, like, why can't we just all adapt? Everyone went to TikTok.
Exactly.
Like, there's I won't be surprised if like Tita Lorraine just like, oh, why don't we have like a TikTok challenge with the girls?
Challenge.
Yeah, let's have TikTok sponsors.
That would be a good idea.
We'll have the girls TikTok. I mean, and how much if we get money from that, we can donate to the charity to our foundation. Everybody win. Even though there's a lot of pressing issues, everybody still does TikTok. I mean, it's just all about how you adapt. Anyways, I talk too much. I'm so passionate about.
No, we can damang-dama namin yung passion mo, Queen Angelia. So okay lang yan. No? Speaking of passion, baka kayo dyan mga Miss Earth fans and followers, you just comment down below. What's your opinion about this? No? Especially those who believe in the virtual edition of this pageant. What do you say? What do you answer to this question? How do you answer this question? How do you answer to people who doubt the virtual edition of this pageant? But before we read yours, let's go to Arielle first. Ikaw naman, Arielle. Now, what can you say about the upcoming virtual edition of Miss Earth 2020?
I think, Emma, I've already mentioned a few points before, but for the purpose of elaborating it, for the people na nagbibigay po na negative comments about sa virtual pageant, sa harsh comments, nakakabasa rin ako ng comments before that they are saying that it's irrelevant, it's not the time to have pageant. But actually, it is because it proves to us that pageants are more than just a parade of beautiful girls na may purpose yung mga pageants na ito, other than, relaying important information, spreading awareness and stuff. It's a perfect avenue to instill in the minds of many people our responsibilities as inhabitants of the earth, like that it is the time to move, to protect our environment, and to make little changes in our habits in life, that would create significant impact, not only for us but also for the lives of the future generation. And it's also a good avenue for people, for us, the queens, and then for the organization na rin to reach people who need help, hindi lang yung sa mental health, but also yung other assistance na rin that we can offer. So for the people who are giving negative comments about it, instead of those harsh words, why don't you just rephrase them into suggestions or maybe recommendations on how you think the other organizations who are planning to pursue with their competitions, kung paano nila magagawa ng better yung mga virtual pageants. So I think harsh words are the last thing that we need right now. So what we need is positivity. So let's all spread positivity.
That's great. Oo, totoo yan. Magandang sinabi, no? That's a very good point, no? Instead of like harsh comments, why don't you suggest? Like, if you think you know anything that can make this better, since we have time to prepare for it. Actually, lagi namin pinag-uusapan to nila Mark, nila Nonoy, if there's any pageant organization that listens to its audience and to its fans, it's actually Miss Earth. I don't know if you guys will agree. So Miss Earth has actually listened to so many suggestions of their fans, and so yun na lang ang ibigay nyo instead na harsh words, suggestions for improvement na lang. Ayun. Thank you very much, Arielle. No. So now, quick opinion from our two co-hosts. Noy, how about you? You're back. Ang yung signal. Yeah. How about you, Noy?
Yes, I'm back. Yeah, okay. Actually, Emma, before I give my quick comment, I'll read some of the comments here and shout-outs, no? Actually, to all of our two Echo Angels, meron ditong comments for them. Ekim MV says, these two Echo Angels deserve a comeback. So, merong mga naghihintay ng comeback dito, no? And then we have here, yes, and we have here a couple of comments about the virtual staging. Sharapova said here that the virtual pageant was a good distraction from a stressful situation and at the same time awakening and timely as it's all about taking care of Mother Earth. We agree with that. And here, one more comment from the mom of our very own Miss Philippines Water 2020, si Ma'am Ria Salgado Lianes, na ang mommy ni Gianna.
Sienna.
Hi ma'am, thank you for watching. She mentioned, ang sabi niya dito sa atin, one thing I liked about the virtual pageant was that the audience was able to see all of the candidates up close. In a sense, each candidate had a chance to be seen. Now, I would like to connect my short response doon sa dalawang nagbigay ng ating comments from the audience. Ako kasi naniniwala ako na during this time of the pandemic, I think it's best to appreciate the things that are there instead of pointing out the things that are not there. Tama ba? Kasi parang masyado tayong nagiging critical on dapat ganito, dapat ganyan as fans. Pero parang feeling ko kasi, yung mga fans naman din, they're coming from a place of love and support for the organization. I think they just want nothing but the best for the organization. Tama ba? Kaya din ganun din yung kanilang enthusiasm and passion for giving their comments and suggestions. But given that, siguro ang urge ko lang sa mga fans, instead of saying that wag na i-push through or i-delay na lang yung 2020 edition, maybe you can also think of in the perspective that what if hindi pa maging okay ang pandemic or situation next year or 2 years from now? Let's also realize that let's give kudos to Miss Earth organization for having the foresight na baka hindi pa ito maging okay. And they're having a brave and bold move to actually push through even if it's only virtual.
Yes.
Lahat naman ng mga entertainment industries natin ngayon, be it like singing competitions on TV, lahat naman ng mga, narinig ko nga kanina sa TV, meron ding virtual tourism na mangyayari na. The tourists are going to have like the virtual tourist spots na, dahil nga bawal na tayong lumabas. So again, let's, instead of like looking at the perspective na i-move na lang kasi para hintayin natin na maging okay yung pandemic, let's think of in the perspective that we are doing this because we want to work our way around the situation that we are in. And we have to give kudos to Miss Earth organization for being brave and bold in doing that during this time of the crisis. So yun yung para sa akin, Emma.
Wow. Spoken like a true ambassador. Yun lang. Oo. And then there's nothing more digital and virtual than your signal, no? Now let's go to Mark naman. Mark, actually, I want to ask you, Mark, kasi you talked with Madam Lorraine directly, and she actually mentioned to you her reason, no, the reason of the organization why they're pushing through with this digital pageant. Can you share that to us and your thoughts on the Miss Earth 2020 virtual edition as well?
Yeah, kasi medyo may pagkachismoso kasi talaga ako, no? So, piniping ko si Madam Lorraine directly and I'm asking her, given the situation, what is the plan and what's happening? Is the virtual pageant pushing through? And tama rin yung sinagot ni Angelia kanina eh. I think it's very much connected with what Madam Lorraine really wants. You have to go back to the core of the organization. And she said this, she said, the reason why she wants to continue with this pageant is because she owes it to everyone. To number one, we are in a pandemic. She wants to entertain. And number two, for people not to forget the core of Miss Earth is really to create that awareness. Now, the reason in the first place, the reason why we're all here is because we did something to our environment. So she wants everyone to be reminded that even though we are in a pandemic, we have to always take care of Mother Nature, of Mother Earth. And what fitting way of doing that, but to continue whatever it is that Miss Earth has been doing for 2 decades. So yun yung sinabi niya. No, she really tama yung sinabi ni Angelia, talagang go back to the core of Miss Earth. They're doing this because they want to create awareness. And what other beautiful platform to use but of course the virtual pageant. Kasi tama rin yung sinabi ni Angelia kanina, ang lahat ng tao nasa internet. So why not use the internet to still push through with a virtual pageant? And naiintindihan ko din naman yung comments ng mga fans. Some of them are saying na napaka-insensitive daw, bakit hindi na lang daw gawin at cancel para i-push through next year. Yung iba sinasabi na parang this is not working, hindi daw exciting, and I understand where they're coming from. You know why? Because whatever it is that Carousel is doing, it's innovative, it's new, and whatever new is happening in an environment, it's change. At ang tao, when it comes to change, it's a bitter pill to swallow. So, but you have to give props to the organization because they took the risk. It's unprecedented. They took the risk. They wanted to continue to inspire. They use a virtual platform so everybody and all the girls can still be heard and their advocacies can still be heard. So you have to give props to that. So ito ngayon ang challenge ko sa mga fans na ng Babash. So instead of giving negative words and comments, I'd like you to be part of the solution. What do you think can we do to make it better? Yan ngayon ang challenge ko sa inyo. What solutions do you have in mind to make this better, to make it more entertaining, to make it more exciting? Now, put your comments and we'll listen to that. And I bet Madam Lorraine and Madam Peachy are both listening. There.
It's
There
not
you
like
go.
it's gonna stop us, you know.
Yeah, right. True. That's true, Angelia. It's not like it's gonna help us. That's right. It's just no. Actually, mas
I mean,
pakikinggan pa yung suggestion kesa sa bashing. Yes, Angelia.
no, I said like it's not like it's gonna stop us. They're bashing, so it's better for
Exactly.
them to just at least help us adapt and tell us how we can improve.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Thank you very much for that. Ayan. So we already had wow, that was a lot of discussion. Sobrang dami natin pwedeng balikan at malaman sa episode pa lang na ito, no, with Queen Angelia and of course with our Echo Angels, Arielle and Justiene. So again, just like before, kasi napapasarap tayo ng usapan, we always go over time and sorry for that. But thank you very much also for sticking with us and for being with us right now. So we hope that not only did you learn a lot more about our queens and our echo angels, but also more about the pageant, more about the advocacy of Miss Earth, and to understand why things are happening and why they are the way they are, and to appreciate and be part of the solution. So tulungan tayo dito, and because we all love Miss Earth and we all love this pageant and we're all passionate about the advocacy. Before we end this discussion, I would like to ask for short messages from our three beautiful queens, from our Echo Angels, and from Queen Angelia also. Just a message of thanks to whoever you want to thank. And of course, you can also update them on what you're busy with right now or where they can, follow you after your Miss Earth journey and your journey right now. Okay, so let's start with Arielle naman. Let's start with Arielle this time. Anything that you want to say, Arielle? Nakamute ka yata, Arielle.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Emma, Sir Noy, and Sir Mark, for the invitation. And then I want to thank everybody who supported me in my journey through Miss Philippines Earth, my glam team, Kuya Mike, Kuya Ban, Kuya Mark, my Kaya family, Tito Rodville. Thank you for the support despite the challenges that we faced. You were able to help us po. And my Miss Earth Mindanao family. And for my technical needs during the competition, who helped me with free of charge. Maraming salamat po to Daddy Ruel, Kathleen Sakayan, and Musicians Lair, and yung sponsor na rin po ng official venue namin, Verdant Lagoon, and to all the very talented designers who lend me their creations na showcase ko po. Sherbin Tengson, Jocelyn Yu, Jeremiah Ramos, kay Archie Castillo, and Garg Piterado. Thank you so much to the people of General Santos na kahit hindi niyo ako personally kilala, you supported me in this journey and my family, especially my relatives from Manila. Thank you po sa inyo lahat. Ramdam ko po yung suporta ninyo na kahit hindi ako nanalo. Ramdam ko po that you want to support me in this journey and the future endeavors that I am to take. So thank you to everybody. Yun lang po.
Maraming salamat din, Arielle. Thank you very much. And hopefully we see you more. No, hopefully meron pa kaming makita sa journey mo because you still have a lot to give, a lot of passion, and your advocacy is real and sincere. So sana mas makita ka pa namin in the future. And now let's go to Thank you very much. Now let's go to Justiene. Justiene, your turn.
Also, I would like to start with thanking you po, Sir Eman, Sir Marky, Sir Noy, and of course, Queen Angelia, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity tonight. And also I would like to say thank you to all my solar warriors. I would never be in top 10 if not for them, and I would not be that motivated if not for them. For all my designers, I wouldn't enumerate it because ang dami na nila and they were already in my post. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng tulong sa mga libreng damit. And also my kay Familia, Tito Rog, kay Sir Mix, kay Kuya Enan, kay Queens who trained us during kay Mommy J also who trained us during the pageant. Kahit virtual training meron pa din. And also of course to my core team, which was my family, and then my makeup artist Tito Jessie Maghuyop. Sila po talaga yung nagtaguyod until the end. And I would also like to invite everyone to please like my page on Facebook, because soon I will be posting about some projects. Starting with one, we're developing a healthcare app right now because we know that there's a lot of fear in going to the hospital, and there's a hospital-acquired disease, and the virus is there's a high chance that when you go there, there's a higher possibility. So we're creating an avenue to give people a possibility or a chance to consult with their doctors, whether it's mental health or other diseases like NCDs, to connect to your doctor through this platform. So we will be launching it soon. It's called Alaga Health. You can actually check out its Facebook page also. And then the other thing we're working on is a specific project here in Metro Manila for a community in between Marikina and Quezon City. It's called Solar para sa Sitio. So it's a solar project. It's very near and dear to my heart. So we'll be launching the project soon. I hope you guys support it. And yun, please follow me on Instagram. It's at Tin Ortega. Thank you po.
Amazing! On point, on brand. Yes, Solar Queen. Yeah, palakpakan naman natin yan. Si Arielle at saka si Justiene. So Justiene, on point, on brand. Kung may Solar Queen, meron tayong Solar Warriors din. And see, exactly! There you go.
My favorite props.
Exactly, your favorite props. Arielle and Justiene are actually examples of, na hindi natatapos yung journey nila on the pageant itself, yung pageant duration itself. Kasi beyond that, they're still eco angels. So talagang, these are people who deserve to be queens in their own right. Kasi nga naman, their passion extends beyond the pageant. And now, finally, our queen, our very special guest for tonight, Angelia, anything that you would like to say?
Well, I would like to say thank you, of course, for the three of you, Noy, Eman, and Sir Mark. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's nice to finally meet you guys and be part of MEC. And next is for the two ladies. It's nice to meet you more up close and personal. I'm not surprised why the both of you are the chosen ones to be part of the discussion tonight. I just wanna inspire you a little. Don't I think I can see the support that there's a lot of people loves you and a lot of people who still wanna continue to support you. So this is just gonna be part of your victory story in the future. I'm just gonna set an example with my own experience. I grew up in the province. I came here to Manila. I joined a few pageants. Every time I joined, I thought I'm gonna win, but well, the first time not really. I was too young. But the next one, I thought it was mine, but still, God did not give it to me. But really, in His perfect timing, He will give you what is due. He will give you your destiny. So, don't stop believing. Don't stop and move on and continue. You have a bright future ahead, whether it's digital or not. Because you'll never know, right? The future is still
Exactly.
unknown. You can only do whatever you can at the moment because the future is not promised. But we should all stay. Sabi ni Tin kanina, positivity. Positivity lang. Let's not be positive. with the virus, but just be positive in life. And then siguro next one, of course, I'm always thankful and grateful to the KF family who's still there, even though I'm already done with pageants. And of course, the Miss Earth family, Carousel Productions. Thank you for also making me part of the virtual presentation by giving me the opportunity to host some of the pre-pageant activities, and also being part of the submitting questions to be part of the journey of these girls. And um gratitude, what else? Yeah, so thank you so much. Next is, where can you find me? Instagram. Just follow me on Instagram. Hindi ko na po talaga natanggal yung Miss Earth sa name ko sa Instagram. Because when you get the blue check, you can't change it
Uh-huh.
apparently. So I got my blue check after winning Miss Earth kasi
Mm-hmm.
like, so I've been trying to like change it, but I could not. But again, I already mentioned earlier, watch out for the magazine cover.
Yes.
It's coming up. I'm
Yes.
excited.
Excited din kami. We're
Excited
also
for
excited
that.
for
I'm
that.
excited. And I'm so excited, but I cannot say it yet. But it's a really, really good magazine. So, and we don't have it here.
Ah!
Wow!
Ah,
Abangan!
Angelia, first
Ayan!
dibs
Abangan!
That's
kami.
the
Angelia, first
clue!
dibs ang Miss
Oo.
Earth Round ng the magazine cover, ha? Kami dapat
Ano
unang
masabi
mag-review.
mo?
Yung sa
Oo.
amin,
yeah.
okay?
Sige.
Very
And then
good.
aside from that, scoop na. No, because I just got their message yesterday that we're pushing through it. And then what
Yay!
else? Actually, I have I do have a business here in BGC. It's called the Secret Lounge for Nails and Lashes. You guys can visit us. Um, what else? And actually, my best friend, Michelle Gomez, Miss Earth
Mm.
Air
Yes,
2016. Can
yes,
you remember? She lives here in
yes,
Nakasen,
yes.
Manila. Um, well, it's also gonna be her birthday soon on the 17th. But her and I and our stylist, Jano Novenario, are also cooking something up. Something that
Wow.
something that it's also, or of course we cannot resist the works of the environment. So there's definitely something about the environment in the project that we're trying to come up with. And it's also something that the three of us has bonded over. So it's like it's a small passion project um, that we can share with you maybe in a few weeks.
Mhm.
We still don't have the name. That's why I could not
Okay, no problem.
push. But when it's ready, I'm sure that the Miss Earth community and Miss Earth Crown will know.
Yes.
So far,
Thank you so much.
naman. No, yeah. So again, thank you guys for having me. This was such a fun evening to catch up and, of course, share my thoughts on what's happening around. And yun na nga, advice ko din sa mga girls who wants to follow, I guess, a beauty queen's footstep, continue to learn, keep yourselves informed, and not just about the environment, because being Miss Earth is not just about the environment anymore. It's
Yeah.
really, yeah, like, I mean, there's so many things happening, not just outside of our country, but it's happening in our own backyard. Learn the terms, the hashtags that in the now that's actually relevant. Be in the now, and always Miss Earthway is always to help naman. So congratulations, MEC also. Thank you so much. I have no more
Thank you
words.
so much. Oh, thank you so much, Angelia. Yeah,
Hey.
you have no idea how
Thank
happy and
you.
honored we are that you finally, were able to grace our screen here on Miss Earth Crown. So thank you so much. So yun lang, gratitude nga, hindi ba sabi? So that's all we have right now. Gratitude for Angelia, for Arielle, and for Justine. So maraming maraming salamat sa inyong tatlo for being with us here tonight. And just like what we always say to our Echo Angels and our Earth Queens, Miss Earth Crown, the platform of Miss Earth Crown is always here for you whenever you need it. So, sa ating mga followers, to our Miss Earth Crown fans, maraming maraming salamat din sa pagsama sa amin tonight. Thank you very much for being with us and for joining us and for um, expressing your opinions sa ating live chat. You can always continue to express your opinions, and of course, we will try to answer that. So just keep those comments coming. And we would like to invite you to our next coming soon, no? Marami tayong niluluto. Kapit lang, yes. Patingin, tingnan natin yung yung
Yes,
message
oo,
ni Angelia.
Eman.
Isa pa,
Meron
isa
tayong
pa. Kapit
niluluto.
lang, we will, yes, we will because we can. Yan. Gusto
Diba,
ko
Solar
yan.
Queen?
Yan.
Of course.
Yes, kapit lang. We will because we can. That's true. Never been more important, never been more relevant. Actually, palagi. At saka, Angelia, yun nga pala, nakalimutan ko sabihin. Hindi mo kailangan tanggalin yung Miss Earth dun sa pangalan mo na may blue check kasi you are Miss Earth forever. So you don't need to take that off. So please don't. Kasi you are our Miss Earth forever. It's so evident today that you've never lost touch of your advocacy as Miss Earth. So maraming salamat.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
And with that, we would like to say goodbye. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Have a safe night. Again, isang makakalikasang gabi sa inyong lahat. In behalf of Nonoy and Mark, this has been Emmanuel Feliciano and this has been Miss Earth Crown. Bye!
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.